We live. We're live.
We're
Good morning,
live.
everyone. It's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker.
Jake Picker.
How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good Monday morning. All your
Of course we are.
social distancing. I can't say it.
Just
Distancing.
all your social distilling.
Uh,
Yeah, man.
oh man. Let's see, getting the chat going here. There's Hank. Hank's
Hank.
always first. Hank Allen Cash. I just love that name. It's so cool. It's just like kind of rolls off your tongue type of thing, you know.
Yeah, it's just like a country western band.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to trademark that name, Hank. You betcha.
Yeah. There's Leonard Skinner. There's the Backstreet Boys. There's Hank Allen Cash.
Yep.
I can see her headlining
Oh yeah, definitely.
with other groups.
Mhm. Oh my goodness.
I'm
Ooh,
good, Hank.
I see a theme. Coca Coca-Cola. I am not a Coca-Cola girl though. I will say that forever. Yep, Coca-Cola Valerie and Diet Coke Silverhair.
Yeah.
I am a Pepsi girl through and through.
Pepsi girl in the Pepsi world.
And not Diet Pepsi either. If I'm going to drink a Pepsi, I'm going to have all of it. Give it all to me.
Mm-hmm. Sugar me up.
Yep, definitely. Definitely. How was your weekend?
It's all right. Going a little stir crazy.
Yeah, I hear you.
I got in
I
bed last night, ready to go to sleep, and Gwen wants to talk about. We need to do something. We need to go. We need to.
can't go anywhere though.
We're bored.
I know.
So we gotta. Can we? I don't know. What can we do?
Yeah. I mean, take
So
advantage of the time, but you can't hardly go anywhere because you don't
I
know
wonder
if
if we
anybody
could.
else is, you know, got issues, and I don't know. I mean, at the beginning I was like, well, heck, tickets are so low right now. It's the perfect time to go to either North Carolina or California, but I don't want to go to neither one of those places because they're racking them up right now. I don't know. Yeah, have a pool party. One of you at the end of the pool, splish splash.
The water's still too cold.
Oh, I bet.
Um,
Give it another month though. I probably will warm up. You
yeah,
think?
I yeah, around mid-April, I start. Gwen doesn't get in yet, but I start getting in some, and on
Uh huh.
sunny days in mid-April. Yeah,
Morning, Anissa. Did you eat your breakfast? You did? You eat all your breakfast? That's so good. Yeah.
Mom.
Now
Yeah,
go take a nap.
Mom is in her assisted living with 24/7 stayover people. They've got like 3 shifts going.
Oh, wow.
So the daytime people get $15 an hour from her, and the nighttime people get $10 an hour from her.
So she has to pay them separately?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's expensive.
Oh, my gosh.
So she pays about $300 a day
Oh,
just for, so that's what, 3,300 a month
man.
just for,
Just for care.
yeah, because she can't be alone.
Yeah. Wouldn't it
Now,
be cheaper just to move her into like a full-fledged, care facility?
yeah, but those places aren't like where she is, so
Yeah. Usually, well, my experience is sometimes they'll have like a couple of levels. So if you're okay to do the assisted living, they'll leave you there. But then once you get to a point where you can't, be alone, then they have like a level up of care.
mhm.
I don't know.
So yeah, anytime she has to go into full nursing mode, they put her downstairs and she calls it the dungeon.
Well, no.
So
Hey, you gotta say hi to everybody. Say hi, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Stop messing with my face. Stop messing with my face. Oh. Anissa says the family I was working for was paying $14 to $16 an hour for 24-hour care, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. But they're millionaires. That's crazy. Roscoe, this is Ringo. Roscoe is in Rainbow Land. Living it up.
yep.
Go on.
So
Go
yeah,
ahead.
as long as mom's money holds out, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she'll, everything will work out and be okay and all that good stuff. And this says I have quarantine brained. No, it's fine. I love Roscoe too. Roscoe will always be a part of this family.
Mhm.
He made a name for himself, definitely. But now it's just Ringo and Elvis.
It's cute. Mhm.
But yeah, I'm getting the same. I went out yesterday and got some breakfast and just kind of piddled around a little bit. I mean, in a little town, there's not much piddling you can do without getting into trouble. So then I went to the Dollar General. People are just searching. I think they have there's a lot of people that come through that town, just like they have work jobs, and so they're just kind of there for a couple of days or maybe a week or something.
Mhm.
And so there's a lot of those people there. No toilet paper. They did have some water and some different. It wasn't like the big packs of the 16 ounces or whatever, but they did have some water.
I'm fine with water out of the faucet. I don't have to have those bottles.
Yeah, well, that's good. When we moved here, there was like the city was they were having trouble with an extra mineral. I can't even remember what it was. And I don't know. I just never trusted them after that. So, oh, look at you, Anissa. She's got a full garage of it, of the TP. So I've always drank water or bottled water. Quarter of TP before the fashion. That's good. Apparently I have a little bit of hoard too, but it's dwindling down.
Yeah.
Morning, Frankie.
I put away a bunch of rice and beans a couple of years ago, and Gwen actually said, "That's pretty smart now."
Yeah. Well, just in case.
Yep.
I have to say though, thankfully, they've kept, stores open for now. So you can at least scavenge,
So I saw on the news this morning that the Congress and the president may shut down the airline travel, even domestic.
Yeah.
So
man, it's gonna be harsh, but really, I mean, if you think about it, that's about the only way that they can contain this. Because
yeah.
I mean, you see all these senators and representatives and stuff that are coming down with it, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like that's
it's
the way.
just amazing.
That's the only way they can contain it.
Everything that Gwen and I did at Galveston 2 weeks ago, you can't do now.
Right.
You can probably still go out on the beach, but you can't go to a restaurant, and you can't go visit stores. You can't go shopping. You can't take the boat harbor tour. You can't. This is so different than the swine flu a couple of years ago. They didn't shut anything down for that. Just crazy. And a whole lot more people died from that than have died so far with Corona. Of course, I guess we're still pretty early with Corona.
Man, the numbers just keep. I mean, I think a lot of people had it. Like people have said, a couple of weeks ago, I had something, but of course, I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was the flu. My daughter, really, I think it's just the way to go, the best way to go, really. And even though it's gonna, I mean, tank the economy even more than what it already is. It's really gonna hurt, but I think we have to do that. because you're getting people from, different states. I think we had a death, but they didn't count it here because they were from Florida and they came here and they died. So they're not counting it in our area, but they counted in Florida.
Hmm.
I don't know. Florida gets the credit on that one. I don't know. And yeah, I mean, and the testing definitely. Now that they're testing, of course the numbers are going to go up. They just keep rising and rising and rising.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, just staying home, even if you think, there's a slight possibility that you might have it. Don't go out. Don't go, off to the casinos. And of course, you can't go to the casinos now because they're all closed. But think of all the people that did, their normal routine, even when they didn't feel good. They still, went to work. They came in contact with the whole, people. And I don't know. Frankie says, did you read about the man in his 30s that went to Disneyland in Florida, tested positive, and died about a week later? I don't know. That's why I say, if at all possible, whether you're sick or not, if at all possible, stay in. Julie was saying that, they're not taking it seriously over there in California. They're just, everybody's out and about doing their thing. Like nothing's happening.
Yeah, a friend of mine lives in California. He went to the grocery store Thursday.
Uh-huh.
He said it was pretty stocked up. I'm like, that's crazy. Of course, they're closer to the farms and stuff. There's lots of farming in California.
Mhm. I don't know. He was a testicular cancer survivor. So sad. Morning, Liz, by the way. Good morning, Miss Shirley.
Thanks, Shirley.
But yeah, you definitely getting that cabin fever thing going on. I think everybody has. I do have to go out today. I gotta go pay a couple of bills, but I'm kind of looking forward to it.
I know.
I get to go pay bills today.
I get to go to the post office and take my packages. Yay. I get to see another human life form at the post office.
I don't know. It's just crazy out there. Yesterday, I had a horrible morning yesterday. Just I couldn't get going. I don't think I'm getting enough sleep, and I think that is my biggest problem right now. As you get older, you need a little more sleep. Morning, Cindy. I couldn't get going. I didn't feel good. I wasn't sick or anything. I just kind of felt blah. And of course, didn't feel like I had gotten enough sleep. So I got a blanket and laid in the recliner for a little bit and took another little nap, and then I woke up and once I got moving, I was good. But yeah, up until then. And then maybe the excitement of, being able to get out of the house for a little bit. Maybe that had something to do with it.
Yep.
It's been so dreary and cold and damp and yucky around here. It's just been bleh. Frankie says, "Oh, I had a sale on Saturday. Saturday was an amazing sale day for me.
Really?
It was really good. It was actually a really good day. Woohoo!
Yay.
I
got 10 packages going out today, which is a little below average for a weekend. There's Maggie.
Good morning.
Maggie.
Sorry, you'd think I could be on time with not a stinking thing to do, but
that's okay. I think I have 12 going out.
I have 5.
5's good. 5's better than none.
Yeah, it isn't bad because I was on my whole store. Everything was on vacation for over a week. Oh, what is it? My name's got Jersey Sound on it. Wait.
Yeah, when it came up, I was like, "Who's that?"
Well, we've been using Zoom, thanks to you, we've been holding like meetings and stuff for the chorus. So let me change my name here.
No worries.
And it always remembers you.
But yeah, it was. I mean, not all of the sales were, big or expensive. I did get $150 sales, so that was good. But
150. How much was mine? Let me look.
It wasn't too bad. It at least got my blood flowing and got me excited,
10 sales, 300. So.
Frankie says, my dogs drove me crazy yesterday. Kicked him out of the house, told him to go play. Had to get onto them for chasing the cats and the goats. Yeah, mine are definitely suffering from that. I want to go outside. It's so muddy out right now. It's hard to get them, put them outside because, it's just so muddy, but.
The little clear flap where the dogs go in and out on the doggy door is just caked with mud.
Yep.
It's just.
I would love to get a doggy door. I don't know if those are good, but I would think they would be good. But then I would also be afraid of other critters getting inside the house too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Of course, they don't really allow anything else in the yard, so maybe that wouldn't be such an issue.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not an issue here, but I remember way back in the day when they first came out with those, looking at a Dagwood and Blondie cartoon strip, and Dagwood installed a doggy door, and the dogs were just in, out, in, out, in, out. And then the next morning they woke up and there were chickens and raccoons and squirrels and chipmunks and all kinds of stuff all over their bedroom, hanging on their bedpost. And
That'd probably be me. Yeah. Morning, Sally.
Morning.
How you doing?
All right.
Did you make any calls this morning?
No, was I supposed to?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't want to blow you up on here. No.
Did I make any calls?
Yeah. Remember I told you to call your doctor?
Oh,
Hint, hint.
Are you still having yourself a fever?
I had a little one last night. I was up until 5 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm okay.
Yeah. I worry about you. I am worried.
I know. I'm kind of worried too. I mean, I'm not scared or nothing, but
Right, right.
I want to feel better.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's, but I don't know.
I don't know if I should call or not, and I told Brandon he probably shouldn't go to work this morning, but he went anyways.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to tighten him down,
Oh, I'm sure.
but they're like the governor yesterday was seriously like giving a talking to people, She's like, if you don't cut your shit out, we're gonna be shelter in place just like everybody else that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I noticed the numbers are really crawling up with you. Of
Mhm.
course that comes along with, having testing out there and more people getting tested and all
Yeah,
that.
and
But
I don't even know where that's at. I don't even know where the testing is at.
yeah.
I haven't heard about it anywhere. But who knows? Well, dang it! I wish my $175 sale would pay.
I didn't pay.
Not yet.
Well, I hope they're in the area,
As far as I know, they're in Louisiana.
Oh my gosh.
Morning, Frankie and Jennifer and Anissa and Cindy.
I don't know. It's just well, like Todd was saying that, there's talk of shutting the airports down, all flights, domestic and abroad.
See,
Everything.
I think they should have already did that, but he doesn't want to hinder people that have to do that to live, like they, but a lot of people are in that spot right now. A lot of people are in the, the spot where they needed to take a decision, to actually stay home if they have to.
I don't know. I think that's the best way that they can.
I
Even
think-
though it's
yeah.
going to cripple the economy, but sometimes, you gotta cut out the bad link that's going on. I don't know. Morning, Lori.
Good morning.
morning, Lori.
Morning. I just popped on. I seen Frankie's the first message that popped up was it's Misty Fog, and I thought, why does it sound like a stripper pole name? Hi, I'm Misty Fog. Let me cloud your vision. I don't know why that popped in my head. Just a random thought.
Oh my gosh. Fishing and
Yeah.
picking, good morning. Says this week is going to be eye-opening with 75,000 test results coming back. North Carolina and Virginia may enforce shelter in place today. I could see that happening, definitely. The
Happens
OBX
here.
is closed off to non-residents. Yep.
So that has me really worried.
What's an OBX?
The
I
other
don't
bank,
know.
North Carolina.
Is it what?
The other banks, North Carolina,
Oh, Outer Banks. Gotcha.
Oh,
closed off to even people who own homes there but aren't year-round residents. And that's what I'm worried about here.
Cindy says, I ordered wine in New York and discovered they put the liquor stores on essential business list. That was
Mhm.
probably smart.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to be home, you might as well be drunk.
Teresa said with all these quarantines, there's either going to be a lot of divorces or a lot of babies in 9 months.
Oh, I would say a lot of babies. What is that? So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. About December, we'll be having bunches of babies.
Christmas babies.
Oh, man.
good God.
That's right, Shirley.
Oh.
Keeping people has to be the priority. Even if it means not having their best interest, at heart,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think we're just we're all in a cesspool and we just keep infecting, everybody else. And I think we're going to keep doing that until everybody's made to stay home.
Yeah.
And that's going to be harsh, but it's a reality.
Yeah, because it's going to be a good 2 weeks to a month that everybody has to do that, except for going for essentials.
I was gonna say, man, Valerie must be having it bad. She's already drinking a tall boy Bud Light. That's what that looked like.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
That's what it looked like, is a Bud Light can. Damn, I at least wait till 11:01.
Why wait? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, that's what my dad used to say. It'd be 10:30. He'd pop open an old Milwaukee.
Yep.
You look at my mom. What? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, I'm sure. Of course, he got it before the chickens. So.
Yeah, by that time, it was pretty much drinking time for him.
Yeah. If it was fishing time,
gosh.
it was old Milwaukee time.
So, stock market opened and it's down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
I saw that. It's like, looks like the new roller coaster at Kings Island right now. It's like that steep drop.
That first steep drop.
I was pretty impressed with The Walking Dead. Actually, it was The Talking Dead, because they have like a little commemorative. They do basically a walkthrough of the episode of The Walking Dead, and they did a from home episode last night, which was I thought was pretty dang smart. Everybody was on their computers and they just did an episode
like we do here.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty impressed with that. I thought that was the smartest thing they could have done.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, we've had this technology for 15 years. Use it.
Yeah. we've been using it for how many years now?
Yeah.
Where you all been, under a rock?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I was pretty impressed with that. I thought that was pretty good. Pretty smart.
Yeah, I miss the show again. If I fall asleep, Teresa will not wake me up. And she knows I want to watch that show. She's like, well, you were just sleeping so good. It's because she likes to watch. We have the new TV out in the living room. It's a 55-inch. Well, she likes watching her Lifetime on that because it's like being at the theater.
Yeah.
And as I put it on the wall, and she's like, didn't want to miss her Lifetime. So she's like, I ain't waking you up.
Oh my gosh.
Trying to say you were sleeping good. No, I wasn't. I had all 3 dogs on me. How's that sleeping good?
Well, we were 20 minutes into it, and I'm like, oh, it's Sunday.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I'm freaking home for once on a Sunday, and I forget that it's a Sunday. Oh my God. But I had it recording, so I just hurried up and watched, and then fast forwarded to the commercials, watched, and I finally kind of caught up. So
Is everybody stocked up on everything they need for the next 2 weeks?
not
Well,
really.
I cleaned them out of the chicken sandwiches that I had for lunch. I think I got 9 or 10 of them, so I'm good on that. But
yeah, we took Lacey out because she hadn't had a chance to really go grocery shopping, so we took her with us because I wanted to get a few things and got her stocked up and got us a few things. Which the only thing Teresa's worried about is being locked down at work and not having the things that she likes. So I went and make sure I got all kinds of snack cakes and Reese cups. That's all she cares about is her snack cakes and Reese cups. And And then I went next door. I had a bunch of those Lancets for, I got them from Kroger's for diabetic testing. And I pulled them off of eBay and give them, I had like 6 boxes of them. I said, here, take these in case you need them for either yourself or somebody else if you guys do get locked down. So
where does
stuff
she
like
work?
that. So what's that?
Where does she work?
She works in a nursing home. So, and she's the dietary manager there. So she's in charge of all the cooks and stuff like that to make sure everything gets, food ordered, all that stuff. So if they lock anybody down, she'll definitely have to be in there with them. So to make sure everything goes smoothly as far as the feeding and stuff, because all the residents are quarantined to their rooms. So now they're talking about opening up the dining room for those that do get locked down to bring their kids. I said, that could be dangerous.
Sure.
I said, what if the kids have it and the parent doesn't know it, doesn't realize it, or I said, you don't want to take that chance. I said, if anything, you should take the dining room and move beds in there, cots or whatever for the workers that are going to be locked down, because you don't have enough rooms for everybody to be in a room, because you have so many rooms, but you're almost at full capacity of residents. So I would say bring in cots and stuff like that and put them in the dining room. So that would be my suggestion. Of course, nobody listens to me, so because I don't work there, but that would be the smart thing to do is, the ones with kids, let them stay home. The ones without kids, bring them in and lock them in. So that's the way I think it should be. So because the ones with kids, they're freaking out. They're afraid that they're going to be locked in and not be able to be home with their children.
Right.
So I'm like, well, make sure they are home with their children. Bring in the ones that don't have kids and have them locked in there. So that's what I would do. So because there's more people without kids there because they're older, or their kids are teenagers or fully grown.
Yeah.
The ones with a certain age and under, let them stay home and bring all the other ones in. Teresa's like, well, I don't want to be locked in.
Nobody wants to be locked in.
That's why I said nobody wants to. And it's going into her head because she's got anxiety so bad.
Yeah.
Her thought is locked in means it automatically goes to that panic attack mode.
Sure.
Where she thinks that she can't go anywhere doing that. I said, you can go outside. I said, you can go, but you can't go anywhere off the premises, but you can go out and get some fresh air and stuff. I said,
Yeah.
it's not like, you know, but it,
But you
to
know,
her, it's different.
when we are stopped from doing something that, you know,
That
we
we're
kind
used
of
to
take
doing.
we take for granted, you know, that makes us want to do it even more. And then
Mhm.
that's kind of puts us into a whole, you know,
Yeah.
ah,
Yeah. And with her, we're having the panic attacks. I mean, she gets full blown panic from head to toe, and her whole body just shakes, and she says she can't breathe, and she's looking for my inhalers and stuff and puffing them. So it's pretty bad. So hopefully they don't go to full lockdown, because they're going to have their hands full with her if they do.
Yeah.
yeah,
So, and I told her, I said, I won't be able to bring you anything. I said, you need to have a bug out box in case you have to go
true.
locked in. I said, you need to prepare. I said, because I can't go out on the road. If they do statewide shelter in place, that means I have to stay where I'm at, because I'm not a healthcare worker.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, I mean, and she needs to bring that box
to work. I said,
in
even if you don't use it.
in before it happens.
Right.
You know, put all the things that you need to survive. You know,
Mhm.
put all those in there and take that box to work, because
Right.
I mean, it may be in the middle of her shift that they decide to do that, and then you're
Right. But
SOL.
she's stuck with whatever they got. And I told her that. I said, you need to get a box ready.
Yeah. Well, I think Lori's gonna have to get her box ready.
Yeah, probably. I'll have to get her, make sure she's got everything that she deems essential. If there's no Reese cups in there, I'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
But I did buy a great big bag of Reese cups, one of the biggest ones I could find, the little miniatures. I
Yep.
said, if you eat all them in one day, you have issues. I said, because then you're going to be stuck eating peanut butter and chocolate sauce at work to compensate for all the Reese cups you just ate.
Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
Morning, Beth. Shirley says my granddaughter's taking the opportunity to start potty training with her 2-year-old. No work.
Mhm.
That's perfect. It's a good time to do it.
Yep. As well get it done.
So far, both of my boys are working, knock on wood.
Well, that's good. I mean, good that they're still working.
Yeah. Especially Gage, because he's not on a salary, he's on hourly. So
Yeah.
if he's still working, we're doing okay,
That's good.
relatively.
Yeah.
Lacey works at a uniform place that provide uniforms for the medical field, so of course her company's still open, and she's
Yeah.
freaking out. I was like, I understand the reason you're freaking out. I said, but wouldn't it be better to keep working than not have any income coming in,
Right.
and then you got to try to play catch up at the end of the however long this goes?
Mhm.
I said, so it's a catch-22. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't.
No doubt about it.
I said, just wear gloves, wear a mask. If you feel comfortable doing that, take Lysol. And if anybody says anything, squirt them with it. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
protect yourself.
I would say nobody's going to say anything in this, time. I don't think anybody's going to say anything.
No. I told her, I said, protect yourself. Don't worry. If you have to work, protect yourself.
That's
wash
right.
your hands as often as you can.
Yep.
Don't touch anybody. Don't get within 6 foot of them if you can afford to keep away from them. So keep to
Yeah.
yourself. Keep your head down. Do your job. Go home. That's what you need to do. So, me, it doesn't bother me. The only place I have to go is thrift shops anyway, and they're all shut down. So I can sure keep myself busy for 2 weeks or however long they do it, keep us in.
Oh yeah.
So I got plenty of beer. I got stuff to make moonshine. I'm good. I know that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Maggie, you're all set up in your house, right?
Yeah, we are.
That's good.
Frankie was asking me if I was worried about anything. That's kind of what I'm worried about. we're, our house is in a resort area, like
Uh.
at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
We had planned to come, we normally come here April 1st, but we came early because we're having work done on the house. We're having a whole kitchen put in, and we had all of that in place. We have, so far, we're a new door and window put in, and then we're having the kitchen ripped out. We have cabinets on order. The cabinets are still scheduled to be delivered. So we decided to come here early. But once we got here and moved everything and all my inventory and all that, then they instituted the shutdown order. And in that order, they urged people with second homes in resort areas not to go to their second homes.
Oh.
But we were here,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
and we're not violating any laws. They didn't like on the Outer Banks, they actually are prohibiting second homeowners from going to their homes.
Uh-huh.
It's, I guess, illegal for them to go. That's not the case here, so we're not breaking any laws by being here. And we brought everything with us. We brought a freezer full of food. We brought toilet, but we brought everything with us.
Mhm.
But the neighbors here are angry about second homeowners being here.
Oh
People
my gosh.
belong, and the burden that we're placing on the schools, and the burden that we're placing on their hospital. Even if we're staying inside, we're sheltering in place, we're not going out, we're not. So we've had people, I've seen people walking up into our driveway to check our driver's license. I've saw somebody taking a picture of the plates on our car because we have Pennsylvania plates. So they're kind of targeting people.
Oh my gosh.
So that's my worry. Are they going to? Michael's not at all worried, so I'm probably just overreacting.
Yeah.
I'm worried if people get angry enough or they do something. I'm waiting for like a book to be thrown through our window or.
Well, I mean, you have a house there, so you have just as much right to be there as anyone else. And you know, being that you got there after, you were there after the issue. Yeah. I mean,
That's just my worry. And
you just got to be careful, and be cautious and
yeah, we're
aware of your surroundings and everything. And, I'm sure you'll be fine.
yeah, I know. I'm a worrier. I'm just a worrier. And then
Yeah.
my daughter-in-law, her baby shower was scheduled for the 18th of April. So yesterday we decided to cancel it. And they're like, I feel so bad for her because, she waited so long to get pregnant. She's been going to baby showers and, you know what I mean? And now it's her turn.
Right.
Wow.
Trivial problem. And she's saying, it's okay. It's okay. I feel people, I have a friend who owns a beauty salon who's so business and money and feeding her family. And I don't know. I feel like it's such an awful situation.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure everything will work out, maybe there's another reason, why that, should be canceled other than, the obvious, but,
Oh yeah. I mean, I do believe that things happen for a reason. I do believe
sure.
that. So it'll all work out.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
It's okay. I like the name Molly. Maggie and Molly.
That would be great twins names.
Maggie and
Mhm.
Twin girls, Maggie and
Mhm.
Molly. I like that.
A TV show?
I don't know.
Maggie and
Maggie
Molly.
and Molly?
Maybe. It just kind of rolls off your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool, I mean, I
Mhm.
don't know. Well, how's everybody's sales doing this weekend?
We got 11.
Woohoo!
Good job.
I mean, at first it was nothing. I mean, it was like crickets for 2 days, and then Friday and Saturday and a few yesterday. I was like, okay, yeah. Somebody's bored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, I was like, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think I have 12 going out. So I was very happy about that. Saturday was just, it was just ongoing. We just had a good run. So that's good.
I had 5 that paid, 3 didn't, so 8 total.
Very nice.
I was happy with it.
Yep.
And I'd be even happier if the ones that bought it paid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Seems like my buyers are mostly getting things that are practical, Like-
I'm not seeing that.
No.
like shoes and air filter and
No.
no, not for you.
Got a Game Boy and slot machine games and
Sold. I took 2 pieces of jewelry. I sold. It was a plate, like a decorative plate. Trying to think if there was anything else. Everything else was clothing.
I'm gonna go through and end all my puzzles that have been on for a while, and then flip them around and hit sell similar, so they pop up in the new search. I got all kinds of puzzles and stuff.
Sold some audiobooks, and
Yeah,
one of them. Maybe I'm gonna start listing some of them.
yeah. Audiobooks a good time for that.
Yeah, Cindy says, well, everyone was saying they were having no sales. I was doing great, but now I'm back to slow sales.
Go away, Dougie. I don't want to get.
Yeah,
bit.
it definitely slowed down. But hopefully it'll pick back up. That's why I'm just trying to concentrate on listing. List. Wow. Cindy says they're buying little Hot Wheel cars, like $10 to $20, and video games from me.
Yep, I've got some Hot Wheels I gotta get listed. They're still
That's
new in the
great.
pack.
What did I saw in the news this morning here? GameStop or what?
GameStop. They finally shut down.
Oh,
did they?
completely?
Well, for what's going on, they did because they were trying to say they were an essential
Right, this one was
business.
essential business. And
Well, I guess they could kind of,
In a way, it would be for the kids that are home that play video games.
Yeah.
But
They were saying that people in the business field, like to for their IT people, that they have stuff that their IT people need.
No, they don't. Well, yeah, okay. My IT person needs an Xbox One controller.
Well, no, because they do have some like other hardware that's for like computers.
Yeah.
So so they they said that was the reason why they were doing that.
I think they were trying to go for the market of all these parents home with kids. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna want to. The ones that don't have gaming systems are gonna want to keep them busy. So it's like they're looking at parents coming in and buying refurbished items and games and all that. So
yeah,
they had an underlying reason. They tried, they were pushing the IT thing, but they had other agenda. They did.
Fishing and Picking says, I won 3 auctions yesterday, but was unable to pay. Why were you bidding, Fishing and Picking? But he says, no, there was no pay now tab until this morning.
Anybody else get that email from PayPal saying that your account's been?
I actually got a couple of them. Yeah.
Suspicious activity. I'm like, I told Teresa, don't you dare open that.
Yep.
I said, she's like, why? I said, because I'm on PayPal right now looking at it, so I know there's nothing wrong with it. I
Yeah.
said, they're trying, I said, let the scammers start. That's what they're doing.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
I said, they're going to try to take advantage of the situation
Sure.
because people are
Yeah.
home on their computers and that's going to pop up and people are going, you know, that's exactly, I said, especially if they're asking for your personal information and stuff. He's like, please
Yeah.
sign in and with your login and email and all this stuff. And you
Yeah.
need to provide banking
Yeah.
information. I said, no. Mm-mm.
And if you look in the email, there's
Mhm.
it's just a basic email. It doesn't have
Yeah.
any of your information in it.
It's
No.
a copy and paste is what they've done.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I said, don't click on any links in that email. So
No.
Mhm.
Don't fall for that.
then I had something weird pop up on my Facebook page about my content, something I'd posted. Like, I haven't posted anything.
I've
Oh.
heard that that has happened to a lot of people.
I haven't, I mean, I get on there and look, I read. I don't post very much. I mean, if I do, it's on our watch page here in community, you know, for the other
Mm.
members. For the most part, I don't post very much on, I might share a few things, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't post anything today. I don't remember what they're talking about. So I haven't hardly even
Right.
been on Facebook. So
Yeah. Yeah, and if something's actually going wrong with your PayPal, you can go straight to your PayPal
at the
and
bell.
it'll be at the bell, yeah.
Yep.
And you'll know if something's going on or not.
I said they don't normally send out emails that I know of, except for when somebody pays for something, you'll get a notification. So pays for something on eBay because well, it's normally I think it's an eBay. Well, no, it is PayPal because Teresa gets it. It's under her email. So yeah, she hates it. She's got this new tablet and I have it set up on the her email set up on it. So every time I list something or somebody buys or and pays for something, it just gives a notification. So when she turns it, because she keeps it off, and when she turns it on, all those notifications come in. It's going bling, bling, bling. She's like, "How do I turn it off?" I said, "Just deal with it." I said, "You wanted your email on there, so there you go."
Yeah. Frankie says I had posted 2 clowns on a weird finds group on Facebook, and a woman said she liked them. I contacted her and asked her if she'd like to buy them before I list them, and she bought them.
Huh.
That's great. That's awesome. Very good.
That's like I was watching RVA Flips, and Justin had bought at a yard sale. He bought a bunch of clown stuff, the marionettes, and he listed them as haunted on eBay. I'm like, I don't think you can do that without them actually being haunted. And there's no way to prove it, but
Right.
I'm thinking there's some really fanatical people out there when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And if they buy it and nothing happens, there's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's just how the paranormal field works.
Right.
And I'm thinking you might want to be careful doing that. I said, because I know a lot about that subject.
Yeah.
I know how some of these people are, and they will be irate.
If they and they're in their beds the next day. That's it.
yeah. So it's like you might want to be careful saying it's haunted if it's not, because there's some strange people in the paranormal community that they really, really go over the top with that kind of stuff. I mean, there's there's just some oddballs. I've run into quite a few of them to the point where they leave me scratching my head after they talk to me. I'm like, okay, you know.
Yeah, it's
And what's scary is whenever we did a Paracon, you know, paranormal convention,
mhm.
and whenever we were set up, they always come to our booth. It never failed. We always have some of the weirdest people. We're like, you know, kind of like eyes real big and just, oh, you know, I'm like, okay, I'm going to step back about 3 feet. Yeah. And I'm going to grab this here tripod in case I got to swing at somebody.
There you go.
So personally myself, unless I watch that doll turn its head on its own, I'm not saying it's haunted.
Right.
Only because I just know some of those people.
Yeah.
Now, if you put it's haunted, but put that it's like a gimmick type thing, I think that would be okay. But
Yeah.
for those that would expect, it to talk to them on their own with no batteries in it, there'd be an issue. Oh.
Yeah. I could see that happening.
But it's funny because clowns are just creepy anyway. I've never been a real big fan of them.
Yeah, me neither.
Although I love the It movies with Pennywise and all that. Because to me, that's not a real clown. That's just a monster. And I can deal with monsters. But when this innocent looking clown thing sits there and stares at you, it's like, no. And I don't like garden gnomes. Those are creepy. I was like, mm-mm. And my daughter's like, well, this one's wearing a Ohio State jersey. I said, I don't care what it's wearing. I don't care if it looks like Winona with a gnome hat on. I don't care. It's a gnome. I don't like them. They're creepy little buggers.
Morning.
Morning, Texas Val.
Frankie says she bought the clowns because the big one is homemade and looks sort of like the one from Poltergeist. I said I kept thinking it was going to pull my dog on it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's a creepy clown.
But if you find lots of weird stuff, when you join groups like that, that's a great way to get your name out there and build a customer base,
Yeah.
People looking for you. Morning, Bum Crack. And
Yeah,
Rita.
people like that stuff. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
If I could buy it and flip it the same day, I would do it, but I wouldn't want it sitting behind me staring at me.
No. And I definitely wouldn't have it in my bedroom. No
Oh my God.
way. No way. No.
Did you see that video of somebody that has they had a recliner and they put their doll in a recliner and said they've been having activity. It was one of their daughter's dolls and it was bought secondhand.
Uh-huh.
And she put that doll in that recliner and it started rocking by itself. And she got it on video. Well, so she's sitting there talking about the doll and everything, and all of a sudden the recliner pops out.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, and you can see underneath, you can see like through, the thing where the recliner is, like there's nobody there.
Yeah,
Right.
you usually got to pull that thing out to get it to pop out.
Yes. And there was nobody by that. You could see all the way around the chair.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing.
And they don't normally do that on their own that I know of.
That lady, she took off running upstairs.
Oh yeah.
She was
That recliner would have been out the door. I would have just pulled it. I don't care. I mean, I would have some kind of supernatural strength come out, and that would be out the door. I don't care.
And speaking of paranormal stuff, I was watching that My Ghost Story or whatever, and somebody had bought, which I don't know if you know what a Dimmick box is. Have you heard the word a Dimmick box? It is a box that's supposed to trap demons.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Some idiot bought one off of eBay.
Oh God.
That's what caught my attention. I'm thinking, okay, no, you don't do that. And he opened it. And that's the worst thing you could
Oh
ever do.
man.
He opened that box, and it come from Italy. It had originally it was made in Italy, and there was a whole history behind it. And he opened that box, and it just, you might as well forget it. He had all kinds of stuff going on. So I'm like, So
Wow.
if somebody tries to sell you a Dimmick box, don't buy it.
Yeah, walk the
If
other
you do
way.
buy it, don't open it.
Yeah.
Never open it.
Free
Never.
ghost. Free ghost.
Thinking, oh my God, who had the balls to put that on eBay and sell
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So
I'm doing all right, Rita. Thank you. Hope you're doing good.
Morning, Rita.
Box from Italy. So we went in the kitchen later that day and there was a pot of spaghetti going or something.
no.
All the garlic
I forget-
seasonings were out on the counter.
several people had died associated with that box or whatever, and some. I don't know. It's been on My Ghost Story several times. I don't know. They show it all the time. That particular one, My Ghost Story, and Caught on Paranormal Tape or something like that or whatever. So.
I get kind of freaked out because I have old cabinets
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they don't stick closed. And so I'll go into the kitchen and all the cabinets will be open. And
That sounds like Poltergeist.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought.
and I started like taking those like that the Velcro strips that you can stick on there. I started doing that. If there's a cabinet that won't close, I put a Velcro strip on it and I make that sucker close.
I don't worry too much about what goes on here because I know it's mom or dad, but some of the houses I've been in. Okay.
Yeah. I don't feel like I have anybody here. I mean that I don't get that feeling. And I've had that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I have that feeling at the store.
Right.
The store is way haunted.
Mm.
Like I think it was either the last time I worked or maybe a couple days before that. I was seeing all kinds of shit, man.
Has it always been a convenience store and a gas station, or was there something else?
Yeah,
there
for a long time. I think it's been there since the 70s.
Because
the 60s or 70s.
We did an investigation. Oh, go ahead.
It's on top of a tribal.
Mound?
Yeah. Yes.
Why would they build that on a mound?
Right.
That's against archaeological law too. I mean, that's
but I don't think that
maybe back then it didn't affect like
yeah.
Wow. You got something going on there.
There's a river that runs behind it.
There's a lot of what they call ley lines that run through that area too. They run parallel with the river. And when you have that, you have a lot of energy being pulled from that moving water.
Mm-hmm.
And those ley lines that intersect, and it's like
that's why I've always told Valerie, I think the bathroom is like a portal. Because I've seen kids come out of there. I've seen like all kinds of spirit beings coming out of there, but they're in physical form.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a little girl come out of there. I had a little.
Have they never watched Poltergeist?
Oh my God, it's
you don't
bad.
go on a burial ground.
Yeah, it's bad.
We did an investigation of the donut shop in Trenton, and it was originally a mechanics shop. It had the 2 bays for the cars and all that. Well, apparently one of the lifts gave out and dropped on one of the mechanics. So
oh my God.
So it's now haunted because of that. And they're trying to. It's like, well, there's really not a whole lot you can do about that. You can just kind of live with it and deal with it. What in the world? What is that?
I talk to people, and I know there's a guy that used to work there when I worked there. He's been dead for 2 years. He was in his early 50s when he died. And he was funny and he was perverted, and so we got along really good. And but there was times where he was very angry for no reason. And so that has always kind of thrown me, even when he was alive. And so like it's kind of, I kind of feel like that he is that he's a trickster.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's there. I've seen his figure.
Yeah.
So I know he's there. And then also like the cooler door slams, and I hear things like yell like yelling and stuff like that. You're freaking me out, Todd.
What's he doing? I missed it. Oh.
As, you know, so I do,
Hello.
yeah, I do feel like, you know, he's there and does stuff, but I don't think it's negative. I don't think it's negative energy, because I think there's enough negative energy there to kind of like balance it out, you know. But it's kind of crazy sometimes, because you never know if you know if one of those spirits is gonna snap or something, you know. But he used to be fine. His persona was that he was fine when he was alive, and then like he would go into the cooler, like, and I would be making donuts in the back, and he would go into that cooler, and if somebody came into the store and the doorbell went off, he would say, "Motherfucker," and then he would open the door, slam the door, and then go out. And of course, he had several complaints from customers, because the customers could hear him. Quit
Wow.
it, Larry. Oh no, it's
Oh
Slimer.
my gosh.
I think I'd be okay with Slimer.
Oh yeah.
I think Slimer's friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy is not.
Oh my gosh. Rita said she lived behind a cemetery for a year and had many visitors at my house. That's crazy. I could never do that. Nope.
One of Job's friends lived right next to a cemetery, and I'm like, man, how do you stay the night here? Because I just don't know if I could do that.
I'm not afraid of cemeteries, but we went to one, and as soon as we pulled in, the hair on the back of my neck stood up, and I got out of the Jeep and just looked around. As soon as my feet hit the ground, I'm like, we're out of here. And it was one of those little out of the way cemeteries that was unkempt. You could drive in it, but it wasn't, like some of the ones you see that are mowed all the time, and
right.
Like Parashini.
I have never been creeped out for in any other cemetery, but there was something wrong. That was unhallowed ground, and I'm like, nope.
If you want to hear some good stories, Parashini, it's PERE and then space CHENEY. It's known for its hauntedness.
Yeah.
And there used to be a town there. There's now not, because it burned down with all the people in it. There's, they had a bus crash when, I guess it was way like probably in the 60s or something.
Yeah, I think it was the 60s, 50s or 60s.
And they had a bus crash and a lot of the kids died. There's stories that if you go up and over the railroad tracks, that if you stop there, your car will stall.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard this on first person accounts. Your car will stall, and then they tried to push it off of the tracks, and it would, they push it off the tracks and it'll start again. But as soon as you go over the tracks and stay there for a minute, it'll stall.
Mm-hmm.
And, just weird stuff. And then, like, I took Valerie and Mike out there with Job and Jonah, and we went to get something out of the back topper, and went to lift the topper up, and there's all these kids, like babies, footprints and handprints on the topper in the dust. And I'm like, how are their footprints? As far as I know, there ain't been no kids walking on my topper.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the weirdest thing to hear too, is a spirit child laughing
Yeah.
and seeing the footprints, because there was claims at this one house they had hardwood floors, that there was always footprints, and they didn't have any kids. So we did the baby powder in the area, and all of a sudden we hear, and then, and we go in there, but there's camera. You could see it. You could see where they had walked, but you can't see it on camera. You could see it with your own eyes, but the camera didn't pick it up. Didn't pick up any activity whatsoever. The motion lights went off, and it had the beeper, because we had one on the floor, because that's what sent us in there. The motion light went off. We got the audio, and we got the visual of ourselves, of the self seeing it, but it's not on camera. That's the strangest thing we've ever done, and the camera not picked it up.
Huh.
But how is that possible? I'm looking right at it.
Right.
I'm looking right. I mean, I'm looking right at it. Why have the camera not pick it up? But it was like barefoot. They were probably just a little kid. It was only about that long, and that voice, I'm like, okay, we got to try to figure this one out. We never did. Could never debunk it. Couldn't. I mean, if it was a human, we would have seen it on camera for sure. But there was nothing there. The footprints weren't on camera, but they were right there on the floor. So how in the hell is that possible? And you can see where they stomp their feet in the powder and run across the floor. So I'm like, no, I still haven't figured that out. That's years ago. We haven't been able to figure that out. But that's creepy to hear. When you hear that little laugh, it sounds like Gage that's what it puts me in mind of, from Pet Cemetery. That little boy, that laugh. It's like, oh.
My younger sister, she loves scary movies and stuff. And she, when my oldest son was a baby, like 2 years old, 3 years old, he looked just like Gage from that movie. And then my sister went ahead and taught him some phrases from the movie, which freaked me the fuck out.
I play with you. I play with mommy. Now I'm gonna play with you.
It was bad. I'm like, Amy, quit doing that. Quit teaching him stuff.
No, hi, Bambi.
She did it just to mess with me. Yeah, hey, that would suck to be stuck at work for eternity. That totally. And I tell him all the time, just to go to the light.
Yeah, because they say most spirits go to where they were happiest.
I know.
Who would want to go there?
I know. I know. But maybe he was happiest there. I don't know. Maybe
I can understand haunting an amusement park. Hell yeah, I would. I was happy in one of those.
And he was really into the spirit community before he died. He would always go to like tours of places that were haunted and stuff like that, especially around in Michigan, and he did that. I mean, so I don't understand why he's still here. He should know plenty enough to, maybe he's forgot all he's learned. I don't know. Oh my gosh, Rita says she has a Pet Cemetery cat.
Church. That cat was evil. My brother had one like that. Named him Church.
Oh my gosh.
All right, little Miss Kettlebun. Yeah, like Tina said, for the most part, they aren't trying to freak you out. As you have your residual hauntings and you have your intelligent hauntings. Yeah. And usually the intelligent ones, unless they're, something other than just plain spirits, they just want to be recognized. that, and there a lot of times they're just confused,
Yeah.
especially if it's been a quick and tragic death, like a real fast death, and they don't even understand. They're like, okay, what happened? Why can't
Yeah.
anybody? Why can't you hear me? Why can't you see me?
Right.
They don't know. So, and they
I mean,
usually,
I think there's a lot that we don't know
Mhm.
as
and they
far.
go where they're most comfortable when when one first dies like that.
Mhm.
They might show up in your house because that's where the last place they were, and then they don't understand why you're not seeing them, and that's why you
Right.
see cabinets up. They're trying to get your attention.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Tina or Julie, there was definitely something in the back of Grandma's house.
Oh yeah.
There was, and I don't know if it was our grandpa. It could have been, because for some reason when he was living in that room, because he lived in the front room, remember?
But that was there. That feeling
Yeah,
was there
I think so
the
too.
whole time that we lived there. I was about 7. I was about 7 or 8 when we moved there, and that feeling was there from the beginning
Yeah.
when we moved there.
I mean, there was a lot of times that I was going back there to, talk to Mom or something.
Mhm.
And it was a weird layout of a house,
Mhm.
because you walk in the kitchen and there's a window frame
Mhm.
with no window in it, and you can see the back door.
Mhm.
And then to get to that point, you had to go this way into the hallway. There was laundry room. Then you went down another hallway, which there was the bathroom, and then another, the other way, and that would pass that window into my mom's room, and then and then another way, and the other way to go to the back door.
And definitely Johnny's old room. There was definitely, I always felt something in Johnny's room. Not the one with the bathroom, but the other room.
The front room?
No, and in like where the dining room was.
Okay, so not the room that you had, but the other room.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That place was so. I mean, it
Yeah.
just had so much stuff going on in there. Morning, Julie. Good morning, Tina.
Yeah. Yeah, and I could walk into the dining room, into the kitchen, and I see that window, and if it wasn't important, I just walked the other way, because I just did not even want to go in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I rarely did if I didn't have to.
Yep.
Yeah, seeing spirits can be scary, but most of them are just, a lot of stuff is residual,
Sure.
where it's just something that, like a loop on a tape player, where it's just something that happens because we leave an
Yeah.
energy pattern everywhere we go. And you got
Yeah.
somebody that does that on a daily basis, like say
Right.
OCD, for instance, they do the same thing every day.
Mhm.
When they pass, that energy is going to keep doing that,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
and then
I don't remember who it was, but I heard this on I think it was a podcast or something. And this lady was a psychiatrist, and her son killed himself. And basically she didn't have any kind of intuition, like a spirit intuition. She didn't see things, or talk to people or anything.
Mhm.
But she started hearing her son.
Mhm.
And so there and so she was able, I'm telling this wrong. There was a psychiatrist now I can't remember. It was something about the son being able to connect with the mom, but through another person.
Hmm.
Like the son would talk. No, maybe it was a son that talked to a psychic or something, and then the psychic would tell the mom. Anyways, she was able to start communicating with him, and so she asked all these questions, you know, about the afterlife and if he was okay and all this stuff. Basically, what he told her was that he was okay, but he was scared when he first got there. He because he didn't know what happened. And then like, I guess it was something about like you couldn't feel how you felt on earth. It was a different feeling. And like even people like that killed other people
Hmm.
and stuff, they walked around normally because they had no idea what they had done in their previous life as far as that went. You know, it was like people couldn't remember the bad parts of their life.
Hmm.
And they, you know, they just, but basically they had jobs to where they would help other people come to the light and then, you know, figure out how to live in this other realm.
Right.
And basically that was their jobs, was to, you know, to work these areas to where, you know, people needed help.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's like my theory is I think there's like a layer. You know, you have this realm, then you have this realm, and then you have the light, then you have, you know, which would represent heaven. I think there's an in between for earthbound spirits because some of them do know what they did, you know, and they're still mean and evil, you know.
Mm.
And then you get the ones that pass on through to the light. It's like they're allowed to come through, but these here, they're stuck because they've done something bad.
Yeah.
So, and then you have some that are stuck on that level that should have crossed over, but they didn't do that. And the best representation of that, and I hate to say it, is that TV show Ghost Whisperer. That's based on Marianne Winkowski's life, and she actually lives in Cleveland, Ohio. And she said that's one of the best ways she could explain why there are good earthbound spirits and bad earthbound spirits is because of the transition. Some of them they choose not to go to the light,
right,
because they don't want to, and
Right.
then you have to try to help them along and
Mhm.
try to make them see that that's where they need to go. So
Yeah.
but you have to, she said, that's why it seems like there's a lot of demons or evil spirits. She said, it's not so much evil. Yeah, what they did was bad. But that doesn't make them a demonic spirit. It just makes them a mean person or a bad person in life. She said, but there was always a way to turn that around. And that's what, you know, kind of like what she did. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of went far fetched with some of the stuff that was on the show, but it had a basic representation of what she did. So, but and it made sense when she explained it. So, why there was so many spirits still left behind, basically.
Yeah.
So,
No,
Crazy.
Karen, it was, I can't remember what exactly it was. It was something about like the spirit was able to talk to his mom through a psychic or something, and then it was on like a radio
good
show.
Lord. I'm hooked.
I
This
just
is
need
Luke.
your hugs. I just need some hugs.
I need some loving, Mama. I need some loving. Aw.
This is like all day long. She's wanting to be up in my face, up in my lap, and
I just
this
want
is
to
what
be
she
here.
does.
I just want to stay here
And
forever.
Lord help, when I go next door to pack up souls, come back, you think like I've been gone for a month. And she's been, I mean, she was clingy to begin with, but she's gotten 10 times worse since I had my surgery.
Aw.
So, so good Lord, it's like a hemorrhoid with feet, literally up my butt. You do have a bed over there, you know that, don't you?
This is more comfortable.
See something else.
Rita said that the ranch I rented for 6 years prior to buying my land or buying my house, there was always activity because the owner before my friend bought it hung himself in the house and no clue until we moved. Yeah, that's messed up. They should have told you that. I think there's a law actually that you have to include any information like that.
Yeah, you're supposed to disclose all that. So
Yeah.
that's like I've always said, I'm not afraid of the dead. It's the living that scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not real afraid of
spirits.
dead people. No, not really. I more try to understand them and what they do than be afraid of them.
I chase after them when I see
the
them.
most thing I'm afraid of is their emotions, because they kind of attach to me like that. I don't know, but I'm with you. I'm way more afraid of crazy people.
Now, my daughter is like a spirit beacon. I mean, if you visualize a lighthouse with the brightest light you ever seen, that's her. Whenever we go into a location, I take her with me. Yeah. Because they flock to her like bees to honey.
Huh.
And she can feel them, but she can't see them.
Yeah.
So, but she knows they're there. And it just started a few years ago, or I should say back when she was her senior year in high school, when she moved in with her friend Olivia, who was our drummer at one time. And see, Olivia can see them. So the two of them together, I'd bring them on an investigation because they worked well together.
Right.
Yeah.
And when we needed to draw the spirits out, they felt comfortable around Lacey. And that's just her demeanor. A lot of people do. The living do, they feel like they could. I mean, she's had strangers sitting, near, in a restaurant, and they'll just turn and talk to her. That's the kind of person that she is. She's very open, as far as open-minded and very sweet person. And so I'd always pair them two up together to draw out the spirits. But the ones that freak me out are the ones that pop right up in front of you like, hey, what's going on? Because I have seen them, but it's been a split second like that. And it's not like I can walk into a room that's filled with spirits and see them, because I can't. I can feel them. I'm sensitive to that. But I can, like, if my mom or dad's here, I know, I can feel it. I mean, it's like you get this little charge and the hair on your arm stands up. It's like a little static charge whenever it seems like whenever they try to come into a room or manifest in some way, you feel it. You feel like a staticky feeling.
Sure.
Do ghosts ever make smells?
They say that it's like a sulfur smell.
Sulfur?
Like a after you strike a match.
Like a fart?
Yeah, I guess.
I think it depends, because I've smelled different smells, like very sweet smells.
Yeah,
also.
Sometimes it depends on the spirit of the person that you're encountering. Like with my mom, I smell her makeup. She wore Mary Kay, and she wore two different kinds of makeup, and the two of them together had a certain smell to it. That with her, then she wore, was it white diamonds that Elizabeth Taylor had, or
Yeah.
white diamonds or white shoulders. There was white shoulders too.
It was white shoulders.
Yeah, I think it was white shoulders. But those combined, that was my mom, and
Hmm.
that's how I can tell it was her.
Mhm.
And so I think it just depends on the actual spirit. Now, my dad, Old Milwaukee. Old Milwaukee and Old Spice, because my dad drank beer. He loved his beer. And but that's what I remember him, is the smell of Old Milwaukee and Old Spice.
Mm.
So oh, but yeah, that's what I think. I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Or if it's heavy cigar smell, or a heavy cigarette smell that you just don't normally smell. It's all depends on what they on that particular spirit. But they say that for the most part, a lot of times, if there's nothing associated with like say they didn't wear cologne, or they didn't wear perfume, didn't smoke, their base smell was like that after striking a match. And I don't know why that is, but that I've heard a lot of people say that it smelled like a burnt match. So, and I have smelled that too in certain occasions, but they also try to link that to demonic activity. And I said, no.
Mm.
And, you get a lot of people say they've been scratched by a demon. Sometimes I don't think it's demonic, sometimes it is. And it's usually 3 scratches. But if you look at somebody's hand, you have 3 fingers that are the longest.
Right.
So when you're going to try to get somebody's attention and do that, it's those 3 fingers. They're going to leave 3 marks. It's not always a demonic. And they say when it is demonic, they're mocking the sign of the Trinity. So, but yeah, because we've had investigators scratched and it not be anything bad. It was just where somebody's trying to get their attention.
Yeah.
So it'd be no different than me reaching out to grab somebody and scratch their arm. And I leave 3 little marks because your 3 fingers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just feel like I sometimes get kind of distracted because they use their emotions on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm an empath or not, but I'm very sensitive to it, to their emotions and stuff. And sometimes that will mess up what I'm seeing, or kind of distract me from what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy, fishing and picking. I mean, I remember the first time you told me about that. And because he had a maid that claimed that she was getting raped at his house by a spirit. And he had to let her go because
I remember that.
He thought she was crazier than
you
whatever.
got the incubus and the succubus, and I still get those mixed up. One's male, one's female, and I still get them mixed up. So I mean, that's possible, but she might have been tipping the whiskey a little bit.
Yeah.
Bourbon has a bad smell. So does Jägermeister.
Oh, crazy what we the subjects that we get on, right?
Yeah, well,
that's okay.
At least it's not poop.
Hey, you know what? I mean, it eventually goes there.
I do have a bag of ghost poop, by the way. It's little bitty marshmallows signed by John Kachuba. He wrote all the Haunted Ohio, or not Haunted Ohio. What did he write? I got a couple of his books. He's a paranormal writer. No, Chris Woodyard wrote the Haunted Ohio series. So, but yeah, he was at one of our paranormal conventions, and he brought me this bag because we were the ones hosting it. And he said, "Here, I got something for you." And he signed it. And I said, "What is it?" And I turned around and said, "Ghost poop." I was like, "Oh, this little bag of little tiny marshmallows."
Oh my God.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that might be a really weird thing. I mean, I definitely wouldn't go back there if I was being raped by a ghost, but maybe she liked it.
Maybe she didn't have a choice, though.
Maybe it was the only action that she could get.
I mean, maybe she needed the job that bad. So,
Oh, sure, that too.
Morning,
you know.
morning, Anamara.
Anamora.
Mhm.
Oh.
Hey, Tom. Yeah.
I'm not
Good
talking to
goodness
Tom.
You're not talking to Tom?
No. He's being a big snob. He thinks just because his wife's working at home that he
Right.
can't come in here.
Yeah. I think it's an excuse.
I think it is too.
No, I ain't buying it.
Is it because he has to be quiet?
I don't know.
Just take your phone and take it into the bathroom.
There you go. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Oh, what's everybody doing today?
I'm gonna do a video showing how I make boxes out of, I save the bottoms of the Christmas boxes, the shirt boxes and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and I can make smaller boxes out of them. So I'm gonna show a video of how I do that. Make a video because I've had to make some today because I make little jewelry boxes, stuff to ship my jewelry in rather than just wrapping it in bubble wrap or whatever.
Oh, that's good.
So
I've always wanted to know, just always tried to figure out, how to make like because sometimes I have small, like super small boxes, but sometimes they're not big enough. And so, yeah, definitely, I would be interested in that.
I'm gonna film it today and probably upload it this afternoon once I get it all done. So.
Okay, definitely.
I said, I think I'm going because I had to make one today. I said, well, this would be a good video for somebody that doesn't know how to make boxes because I can make a box just about anything. And I bought a bag and it looks just, how they have the design on top box and they have the white bottom. Well, I bought a bag. It was all the white bottoms. There was you can put them together, but I'm going to use them to make smaller boxes out of for shipping jewelry because, I got a lot of it, and it's, it makes like a 4x4x4 box. You can make any size out of it you wanted, but
yeah, that'll definitely be interesting. I'll watch it. That's right, Anamora. Sally doesn't want his wife to know about his other women.
She already does.
That ain't no secret.
Well, they're posting a news story saying that Whitmer's, which is our governor, is supposed to order stay at home today.
Ours starts at midnight tonight. Our shelter in place. So, but they're going to make it to where the law can actually enforce it. So, can you type in the chat so I can make sure? Yeah.
I wish they would all do it and do it for 15 days and then be done with it. Like, I feel like if it's piecemeal.
Only if it's working. I mean, is that what you mean? Like to do? I mean, I don't think that they put a certain time on it.
I read something that said if it like the 15-day curve, right? If you have they put you in quarantine, even if you're not symptomatic, they put you into quarantine for 15 days. It's like a 15-day life of the virus, and that just quarantined everybody for 15 days, and nobody was in contact with anybody. But of course, that can't happen. You still have people have to do. But some states, people are still going out and about. Other states, they aren't. Like all those kids that were in California on the beaches, and then they go home to their home states. If everybody, wherever they were just made to stay where they are for 15 days.
That's just it. Most of these people around here, they're still going out and doing whatever it is they want to do, And I think
that's what Julie was telling her mom. That's what Julie was telling her mom, that people are just out like normal, not really paying attention to the stay-at-home order. And I think I think the cops, that's what they should be doing, is going around, and if they see somebody out, they make sure that they're
Mhm.
get back right back home.
Right.
Well, I seen on yesterday somebody had posted, and I think it was in Chicago. They were at the train track, and the train going by had all military vehicle on it.
Mhm.
So they might be bringing in either the National Guard or the military reserves or whatever to make sure people are following the order. That might
Yeah.
be what has to be done because, each city, even though they have a police force, there's not enough of them to
No.
police the entire county or the entire city. So they're going to have to do something in order to keep this in control.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I hate to say, bring martial law in or whatever, but it may come to that in
Yep.
order to contain what's going on.
It
Right.
very well may.
So-
And as their numbers keep rising, people are infecting people.
Because they keep
Still.
going out, yeah, and they're like, it's like that one kid, the one kid they had on the news saying, well, if I get corona, I get corona. He's from Cincinnati.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, you idiot,
Yeah.
you idiot. That it's like, you little snowflake, get your ass home, get back in the house.
But I mean, they were showing. I can't remember where it was. They were showing the, spring breakers. I mean, they
Yeah,
they didn't
they're
care.
Florida.
They were, they're all partying and just having a good old time. And
Yep.
in a week or so after they get home, everybody will be sick, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just not good. It's just
Mm-mm.
not good.
Yeah.
Parents need to step
Julie
up and
said-
be parents and say, get
Julie-
your ass home.
Yeah, Julie said they are bringing the National Guard to California, New York, and Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They brought them in here, but they're saying it's for the food
Right.
pantries, to help out with the food pantries. But I think there's an underlying reason. I think they're going
Sure.
to bring them in because it's going to be total chaos. Somebody posted yesterday when Governor DeWine made the announcement to shelter in place, Kroger's blew up, Walmart blew up. There were people.
Yeah.
It was like craziness all over again.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God. So
I mean, and then Todd was talking, maybe they were talking about stopping, domestic and international flights.
mm-hmm.
I mean, as much as that's going to hurt
They should.
and be inconvenient, people are going to be inconvenienced, but
Yeah.
that's the way they're really going to stop a lot of this.
I've seen the USPS had said, if for those that do package pickup, don't come to the door. Put your stuff out. Don't come to the door. Don't say hi to us or nothing like that. It's it's not out of disrespect. It's out of for our safety and yours.
Right.
Put your packages out there, and we'll deal with it from there.
Yeah.
And that's where, like yesterday, I was packaging up my item, and I had something that sold for $150, and I was like, I was contemplating the whole thing of require signature,
Mm-hmm.
but I went ahead and did it. I was kind of on the fence about it, but I went ahead and did it because I didn't want to take that chance of
Anything over $100.
something getting left on the doorstep. And I mean, I got insurance
That's
to
good.
cover it, but you just don't want to.
I think anytime you get insurance, you should get signature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, I do.
I just went ahead and did it, and it just has to be. It's just the way it has to be. So
No. Yeah, I agree, Julie. She says everything just needs to stop. Quicker everyone stops going out, spreading the virus, the quicker this will be over.
I think the only ones that should be on the streets should be the healthcare workers, the police, postal workers. And that's it.
Yep.
And you have the option to order. That's like Teresa said. Well, if we need something, maybe we could still place an order and have somebody bring it to us and put it on the steps. Like, well, I'm sure they still have DoorDash going right now.
yeah,
They have Uber Eats going right now, and what's the other one? Grubhub.
yeah,
They're going. So Instacart still in full effect right now. So as far as I know, So I mean, it's like,
Yeah,
use-
Nikki
use
says she's
that.
like, Nikki says just, she's just busy. She's
It's
super
like, yeah.
busy.
it's like, use that. Don't go out. You have these options. They're keeping these open for a reason. They're trying to minimize people getting out and going to the stores.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, as long as the people, you know, doing the job are protecting themselves as well,
Yeah.
you know, gloves and washing their hands and masks and stuff, you know, let them do that. Let them bring the stuff to you rather than you go out and either you're a carrier and don't know it
Yeah.
and possibly infect the people around you. So I'm staying in. I'm set to stay in for the next 2 months. I don't care. You know, we're good. The only thing I wasn't able to get was more ammo. They're plumb out of ammunition. So because we have a Cabela's right here, we have a Bass Pro right here,
Yeah.
and Walmart they shut down their sales on handgun ammo. They won't let you buy from them. You can get all kinds of shotgun stuff. I'm like, well, that I have plenty of. So, but we're good.
Yeah, I know Frankie has. She said, we're out in the country. Nobody delivers out here. I understand. Being away from, you know, any fast food or major store, you know, that's 25 miles away. So we're kind of just stuck.
Luckily, we're on the outskirts of Mason, Ohio, in Westchester.
Yeah.
So we get certain restaurants, and you know, Kroger's will deliver to us, and Aldi's will deliver to us.
Yeah.
Certain restaurants, and there's only like 1 or 2 pizza places that deliver. So, but we're within the township, so that helps.
Well, hopefully we can get it somewhat under control and get back to normal life.
Some form of normalcy.
Yeah. Whatever normal is.
Just be prepared for it to get worse before it gets better. That's what I told Teresa.
Yep.
Well, you kind of have to look at it like this, like where Italy is now, that's where we're going to be in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unless everything gets shut down and nobody goes anywhere.
I don't see that even I mean, the only way that could happen is if martial law was put in place and people are forced to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what they're.
I mean,
as far as I know, that's what's happening in Italy, is that they are forced to stay at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like there's no, I mean, there's going out for food and medicine. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Right now, that's what they're allowing us to do. We can go to the grocery. We could go to and from the grocery, to and from, you know, like a pharmacy, banks. Some banks, my bank's closed. I have to try to do everything online. Just certain, and then of course to the hospital if needed or whatever. But they really don't want you doing anything unless you absolutely have to. So.
Frankie says, I don't have a printer to print out postage labels, so not sure what to do if I can't take stuff into the post office. Yeah, I mean, that could be, that could definitely, you don't have like a regular printer. Yeah, that could definitely be an issue.
Yeah, if you're not on lockdown, I would run and get one and get a little printer and some paper.
Yeah, they're fairly cheap. They're not.
Yeah, you can get it for like $30 now.
Just a regular inkjet printer. Yeah, and it would probably serve you better. I mean, you could actually sell stuff. If you can't get to the post office, then you can't have a business.
Yeah, I've got the little HP for $30 where Walmart had the colored ones. Teresa got a pink one. You know, they got red, blue, pink. They were like $29.99. It's like, I want a pink one. I said, what color does it matter? As long as it works.
Tina, I don't know how true this is, but she said, I saw a post that Russia released 500 lions into the streets to keep people from going out. Oh my, well, I would definitely do it, wouldn't it?
Here, kitty,
oh my
kitty.
gosh.
I'd have to catch it and tame it. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Wow. Yeah, that would be crazy.
And Bammy's like, what?
Yeah, I understand, Frankie. I mean, yeah, that's
That's true fishing and picking.
Hmm.
Our population is more, so it could be way more.
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say that we're going to be worse. I want to say that we're going to be better, but that's only if everybody stays at home.
Right.
people
Keep on going out and,
And what's
keeping in
bad-
contacting.
This has been around for a while. If you did, any of you see the USA Today picture somebody posted? It had Kobe Bryant on the front of it, talking about his death. But over on the left, it said something about the coronavirus. They were working to find a cure for the coronavirus, and that was back in January. It was like January 27, whenever he passed, or whenever that happened.
Yeah.
Was it January? I can't remember what, but I mean the date on it. It had that, and I'm thinking, wow. And then somebody said that I think Lacey had something or similar. She had all back in December, just before or just after, just before Christmas. She got really, really sick. She was complaining about, not being able to breathe. She said it felt like there was glue holding her lungs together. And then when she went to the hospital, they couldn't figure out what she had. They didn't know what it was. So, I mean, she had the temperature, she had the cough, everything, all the symptoms that they're saying of the coronavirus, she had it. So I'm thinking, if that's what she had, none of us caught it. We still haven't caught it. So it's like, but the underlying symptoms, everything matches up. And I'm thinking,
What's your blood type?
I didn't get it because I'm O negative. So
Yeah.
Well, one thing to be aware of though is, I mean, there's people that can have it and be around people and they not get it just
Right.
because maybe they've washed their hands, maybe they've, they're not passing it on even though
Right.
they're around you.
Right.
So, that would be, that
Yeah.
would be the possibility of that.
It just
that
makes you
happens.
wonder how long it's been here,
Mhm.
and then boom, now all of a sudden it's a major thing.
Yeah.
So why? Then they were saying that our Senate and stuff and Washington, they weren't taking it serious enough, of it spreading, and then all of a sudden, boom, we have an outbreak. It's like, okay, but now they're taking it serious,
Yeah.
and now they're trying to get a handle on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tina says I'm O positive and I'm pretty sure that I had it.
Yeah. Brandon had a fever last night, which kind of scares me.
Yeah.
He says he didn't have one.
Did y'all
Well-
ever find a thermometer?
Yeah, Marjo brought me one.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah, I guess they just put a couple out on the shelf at Walmart.
Oh, good.
And she snagged a couple. So she says, I'm on my way. So
That's
Are
great.
you
That's
comfortable,
good.
sister? Hmm?
Yeah,
Are you
I don't know. He says he's not sick, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Now we talked about that. No farting. Don't mind the smell. Just burns my eyes. Come on.
Have you watched BFG?
Uh-uh.
It's Big Friendly Giant.
Uh-uh.
It's a cute movie. It's about giants, but they they have a drink in there called Fizzle Whopper. And the bubbles go, it doesn't bubble up like our bubbles, it bubbles down.
Uh-huh.
And so when you drink it, it makes you fart.
Oh.
And so they give it to the dogs and stuff. And there's these dogs that are scooting around and like doing like circles and eights and all this stuff. They're like, they're not running, they're farting. And so they're like, the air
Like a
is changing
balloon.
like a balloon. Yeah. And
Oh my gosh.
Brandon just dies at that part. He says, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I know that part is coming up, he says, I just start cracking up. Whiz poppers.
Whiz poppers.
Whiz poppers.
Oh my
that's
gosh. You said that was my favorite book. Crazy.
Never seen
that was the first time I seen it the other night.
Well, you know what, Frankie, if I can help in any way, definitely message me and I'll do whatever I can to help you. You know, keep your business going. We'll take up a collection or we'll do something, you know, to be able to help you. You know, if we can get you help you out, get you a printer and
Yeah, if
and get
anybody's
you going
got a
and
printer, if anybody wants
aren't
to,
they like
I don't have
20?
one, or I'd send it to her.
Aren't they like
If I do
20
have
something?
one, I can't guarantee it
yeah,
works.
she says they don't have the funds for that.
I mean, I might have one out in my
So.
shed, but it's been out there for a while, and I can't guarantee it still works. So
Yeah. But I mean,
Otherwise, I'd send
surely,
it.
you know, we can get enough people in here to donate $5 a piece and
Oh yeah.
you
Pick
know,
one, have it shipped to her.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, it should go, like, if she's got a Walmart there, like, you know, she should be able to get it from the Walmart or
Yeah.
have it
Yeah.
We'll
picked
figure
up there
something
or
out.
something else.
Yeah.
We want
Yeah.
to keep your business going, so.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. That's what we're here for, to help one another. That's what we do. Huh.
Just send me a message and I'll see if we can't get something going for you. We gotta all help each other, especially through this rough time, you know?
Yep.
That's right, Hank. So fun how farts can bring a whole mood type back up even in the most serious of times.
Look at the dirt on this keyboard eBay listing.
Yeah, the drink is called Frobscottle. The drink that they're drinking.
Oh, Bob Scottle.
Frobscottle, and then the farts.
Ow, Dougie.
They call them whiz poppers.
Oh my gosh. Well, you're welcome, Frankie. I didn't mean to make you cry, but that's okay.
I'm glad she made you cry.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Naked man, he's making his appearance. I thought he went to work.
He did. He's already home. I guess he had a reset that was already done.
Cover your eyes, Bambi.
All right.
You're too young.
Yes, too young. Too young.
You're too little. No
All right,
naked. No naked men.
Guess we're gonna wrap it up. I hope everybody has a great day. We're gonna get some stuff moving and get it out of here, and I hope yeah, definitely. I'll email you. Everybody have a great day and get some listing done, and always stay, you know, if you are subscribed to the Reseller Squad on Facebook, you know, stay. Sometimes we'll put links in there, like for a private hangout. So if you want to come on, that's great. Usually we don't have a chat with that, so you know, we're just kind of hanging out in there. But yeah, sometimes we'll do that, and especially right now, we'll get a little bored or something, and want to talk to our peeps, and definitely keep that available. So I hope everybody has a great day. We'll see y'all tomorrow, and keep your head up. Bye, guys.
Stay strong, stay healthy.
Goodbye.